Hello. Today in class, we are going to be learning about wellness. So, if you look at your agenda while you're at home today, you should be following along with everything on the right side of the screen. So, um, I'm gonna go over the beginning of the slides today. I'm not going to cover every single slide in detail, and then I'll point out the two assignments today, and we'll take a peek at Schoology as well. So, let's start with the slides. All right, so the first slide is just titled Wellness. And the objective for today is to understand that health is multidimensional. Now, yesterday we covered the three types of health: physical, mental, and emotional together, and social health. But today we're going to add in a few more dimensions. To build sustainable health, you must understand that health is made up of many dimensions. All right, so just a reminder of our definition of health. It's the overall well-being of our bodies, our minds, and our relationships with people. And wellness is an active process of becoming aware of and making choices toward a healthy and fulfilling life. It's a dynamic process of change and growth. So you might use wellness as more of a descriptive word, like I'm living a life of wellness, or I'm working on my wellness, which you can say for your health as well, but think of it more as a process. All right, so what are the 8 dimensions of wellness? These are 8 categories of health which are interrelated with each other. Just like physical, mental, social, and emotional health are interrelated and overlap when we looked at them yesterday, so are all of these 8 dimensions of health. Each dimension is equally vital in the pursuit of optimum health. While the health triangle is best suited to assess daily health status, the 8 dimensions of wellness are better suited to assess a person's health status over time. So you might do a daily check-in with yourself, like, okay, how's my mental, emotional, and social health doing? How am I doing today? And that's a great tool to think about keeping that triangle in balance. But as we get older, and especially as we move through different seasons and stages in our life, there's more things that come into our life that we want to work on balancing. And that's where we come into these 8 dimensions of health that we'll cover today. All right, so I'm going to ask that you go back through the slides and watch not only this video, but several other very short videos today. So this video does an excellent job of going over the different dimensions, the 8 dimensions of health, and how to use this as a tool to work on always improving your health. Okay, so you're going to go back to the slides and watch this today. And then if you continue through the slides, the next slide starts off with the first of the 8 dimensions of health, so environmental health. So all of the slides will look very similar. So we have our title, environmental health. That's one of the 8 dimensions. And then a description. Environmental health involves understanding that I have a responsibility to protect my environment, both globally and locally. So both worldwide, but also local. Local can mean in your country, in your state, in your city, in your community, in your neighborhood, here at your school, in your bedroom, right? How's the environment in your bedroom? Is it very clean? And then on each of these slides, you're also going to find a short video. And these are short. They're like a minute or 2 minutes. So they're very short. I do want you to watch each of them. It gives you a little more understanding, hopefully, about each dimension of health. And then one more slide. A few examples. I've provided a few examples for each of these types of health. So again, the topic is environmental health. So that might mean something like keeping your room clean, or recycling your trash, or volunteering to clean up your environment. I know where I live, there's always river cleanup days. Go down to the American River and pick up trash and help keep it clean. Okay, so you're going to review the next few slides. You're going to go through environmental health, financial health, intellectual health, mental and emotional health, occupational health, physical health, social health, and spiritual health. And so for each of those, you're going to have a descriptive slide like you see here. There's a short video to watch, and then the follow-up slide has some examples. All right. And then you're going to get to slide 25, which has the first of 2 assignments for today. So this is a matching assignment. If you can go into Schoology, into the Unit 1 folder, there's a folder titled Wellness. And in that folder, you'll find the slides that we're going through, and you'll find this assignment, and you'll also find the Wellness Wheel assignment, which we'll get to in just a moment. Okay, so this is just a matching assignment, matching up some definitions, matching up some behaviors with the different 8 dimensions of health. So please take care of that today. That is due today. All right, and then the next couple slides get you to think about your wellness wheel. What would it look like if we were to take all 8 dimensions of health and put it into a wheel? Would your wheel be very balanced? So it says here, well-being is like a wheel. Within the wellness wheel, each wedge represents a dimension of health. So imagine a slice of pizza with 8 slices, and each slice is one of the different types of health: occupational health, financial health, spiritual health, and so on. The more balanced you are in each area, the better the wheel rolls. If you're unbalanced, the wheel becomes dysfunctional. So the assignment is called My Wellness Wheel Assignment. It is on Schoology, and I will go there in a moment and show you. But basically what you're doing is identifying behaviors that you do on a regular basis to support each of the 8 dimensions of wellness within each section. So we did something similar with the health triangle, but now I want you to think about all 8 sections. What are you doing good in each section to support your health and wellness? You're going to find pictures and or words to fill in the sections of the wheel. And explain areas where you're doing well and areas where you can improve, and be specific. Don't just say, I can do better in financial health. What can you do better? And then kind of a summary question is to explain how well your wheel rolls. If it was an actual wheel, actual like pizza wheel with those 8 sections, would it be balanced or not? So this is an example. So that's linked there in the slide, so you can come back and look at this. So this is what I want you to turn in. So when you get to Schoology today, you are welcome to just make a copy of this and then take out my information and put yours in. So there's my title and my name and period, and then I have my wellness wheel. Okay, so what are you doing well in each of these areas of health? These are just some examples. So I want you to come up with pictures. You could also put words in here. And you guys are pretty tech savvy. Go ahead and shrink down the pictures, make the font fit in each section. But here's our wheel. We have each of the sections labeled, and then we can see how I'm doing. So let's take a look at my environmental health. So I put a Hydro Flask on there because I almost always have a refillable water bottle. I rarely drink out of plastic water bottles. I usually have my own. So I'm not drinking out of them, and I'm not throwing them away. It's not a waste. And then I have a little picture of a person littering and red circle around it because I don't litter. Let's see, what else do we have? Financial health. I have a credit card with a red circle and an X through it. I don't have any debt. No credit cards for me. And a little piggy bank there because my husband and I are pretty good about saving money. In the intellectual health section, I have a picture of a person reading. I love to read. I don't have very much time right now, but when I do, I love to read. Mental and emotional health. One thing that we can do to work on our mental and emotional health is get things out. So maybe I have a journal that I can write things in. Okay, so there's a picture of a journal. Occupational health. There's a picture of a person. It looks like maybe we're just learning something. What does that mean to you? Remember, right now, school is your occupation. You're a full-time student right now. So do you have good study habits, good time management, good relationships with your classmates? How about Schoology? How's that working for you? All right, physical health. I've got a lot of things there. I've got 3 things. I got person stretching or exercising, it looks like, eating well, lots of variety of different foods there, sleep with the Z's. Social health, there's me and a couple of my real close friends. And then spiritual health, I have a person, it looks like, who's meditating. So taking some time to kind of reset. And I try to do that. I can do better, but I try to do that. And then also going to church. Okay, so yours is going to look very different because you have different behaviors to support each section of health. I could add to this. I can add words to this as well, descriptive words. That's totally fine. But that gives you an idea. All right, and then if I go to the next slide, tell me at least one thing that you're doing well for each section and at least one thing you could improve upon. Your wheel is all good stuff, everything to support your health. Some of that you might be describing right here on slide 3. And then the right side of the page would be where you would put some things you could improve upon. And then last thing, how does your wheel roll? So it might say, my wheel rolls fairly well because, tell me why. Or my wheel is really unbalanced and it would roll better if I did such and such. Okay? So that's the My Wellness Wheel assignment. Okay, there's one more slide at the end and then I'll go over to Schoology. All right, so the very last slide here is completely optional to you. But if you go to this link, there is a self-assessment that goes through all of these sections, all of these 8 dimensions of wellness, except for the financial section. So if you're really struggling to identify some things to put on your wheel, some things that you're doing well and areas you can improve upon, you can go to this self-assessment and get some better ideas. Completely optional, not an assignment, not tied to any points, but it's there. It's just another tool for you if you need it. All right, I'm going to go to Schoology real quick, and then I'll release you to get working. All right, so when I open up our class, you should see our agenda. And then by the time you're looking at this tomorrow, you will see tomorrow's agenda, which is yellow. When I click into the personal health folder, there's a wellness folder that has magically appeared. So that's the folder you're going to look in for today. We have our slides that I just went over. You're going to go back into those slides, spend more time, and watch all those videos that are linked. They're not very long. You're going to do the matching assignment, and then you're going to do the My Wellness Wheel assignment. So I even gave you the directions right here. After reviewing the wellness slides and the example, complete the wellness wheel assignment. You can use my example as a template by making a copy of it. Just delete my items. Or you can make it all your own. Some of you are super creative and you don't need a template to follow. But if you want a template, just open up the assignment and change my name to your name. And when you get to the wheel, take out my pictures and put your pictures in, and so on. Okay, so you're welcome to use that as a template and then submit it on Schoology today. If you have any questions, as always, go ahead and email me. And good luck, and I will see you tomorrow at school. Take care, guys.